Hey everyone, today Joanne and I have teamed up to continue the conversation around business branding and marketing. As agency owners, during these times, we're getting a lot of questions about what businesses should be doing in terms of marketing during a downturn. So we put together a list of 6 things we'd recommend for marketing at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we get so many questions, here we go. So the first one is to stay social during social distancing. And this is a hard one because I know the last thing you want to do is be putting out content on there, but you want to build an audience for 90 days from now. You want to keep your brand visible 100% of the time and be top of mind. So remembering that branding is a long-term game. A lot of times people get so caught up with the thoughts that you have to get it all done now. But in reality, you're building something for a quarter down the line, so a quarter, Q4 kind of down the line, and you have to continue building relationships with your clients, even though you are social distancing.
Right. So to carry on with that, I think to carry your point with staying in touch with their clients, there's a lot of different ways you could do that. You may be out of touch with them, like face-to-face, but it's important to stay in touch with them through a lot of different means online. So things like social media, through posting online, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever they may be. I would say it's very important to continue your corporate newsletters out to your clients, not in a sales kind of type of way, but more of a brand awareness type community initiatives and just being, top of mind there. I would say it's important for your reps and your customer service team, whether it be sales reps, inbound or outbound, to be calling all your clients, not even the ones that you're prospecting at this time, but ones that have been your clients for many years, just to put a note out to see how they're doing and if they need anything during this time. If there's anything that you or your company can help them with, I think that's definitely keys. One-on-one phone touch points. Run brand awareness campaigns if you need. I think that's going to be very important now. People are online and on social media and on their computers and mobile devices more than they ever been during a normal work day. So it's definitely important to stay top of mind. You could do things like host a webinar to invite potential clients, potential friends, or anything fun, just to kind of stay social, like Joanne mentioned, online, and host conference calls and fun conversations to stay in touch. I think that's going to be really important during these times. Definitely try to be, top of mind and be there, be the leader in your space, and be the calm during this storm.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing people are craving right now is basically connection. So any way that you can stay in touch with your clients through that connection just shows that you care. And it's just taking it to a human level at this point, rather than thinking about it, oh, I have to sell X amount of dollars. It's like, no, you just have to continue that conversation.
100%. Another way as number 3, to create content. I think now is a really good time to start thinking about who your audience really is, who do you serve, and how do you provide value to them? What do they seek from you as a personal brand, as a person, or as a company? So you could do that while answering those questions. You can create a podcast like we're doing right now. We could create a vlog series or a video series where some of your team members or your marketing team, or whoever it may be, yourself, has more time to create a video series. And it could just be as simple as from home as now. Don't need high-end production or anything. We're just shooting it off our computers, doing a Zoom call. You could have your team contribute to whatever their roles are in the business in terms of a company blog. So now is a great time to put content out and work on all these things that you were always said you wanted to do, but never really had time to do. So if any one of your team members create blog content, it's going to be good content not only for now, but for the future. That's going to live on there forever. You could create resources for your audience, maybe like something like an ebook or a digital download, a white paper, a workbook or a cheat sheet, things like that will help them learn and study, and whatever value you can give them during this time would be great. So those are just some ideas there. Another way is number 4 is to provide or sell online content. Can your business transition and teach a course or do a workshop? I know Joanne mentioned putting together like an online retreat. So those are really good ideas. If you're a service-based business, can you provide free training? If you're a gym, could you provide one-on-one virtual training for realtors and home builders? Could you be pushing out virtual tours where people can tour the home from the comfort of their own home on their couch. Something we see a lot more now as restaurants doors are shut. Can you provide online cooking classes, create a recipe book, create content that helps them stay engaged with your brand? I find that customers and patrons of restaurants are really interested in how their favorite dish is made, and now is no better time to shoot that on video. And can you teach skills from your business to others? If your company succeeds in sales, can you put together like sales training courses, marketing courses, or skills that your business provides to teach other businesses like yours how to grow? So those are some ideas in terms of putting online content together and transition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think education has been probably the biggest thing right now, is that people are so willing to learn and so willing to collaborate. So that leads us to number 5, which is collaborating with like-minded businesses. And this is something that, Eric, that I absolutely love, especially right now that I'm repping a scrunchie that's made locally in Edmonton. But the biggest thing for myself is to team up with people that align with your values, align with your goals, align with your brand, and to kind of leverage each other's audiences, because at the end of the day, everybody can collaborate with everyone, and you're building connection one person at a time. So how to do this is that there are community groups. There are a lot of community groups right now you can join. So the first one, of course, are Facebook groups. I myself have a Facebook group called Branding Made Easy, and it's just a great way for everyone to collaborate on their ideas and input their own kind of perspective when it comes to their business. LinkedIn groups are super popular, cross-promoting each other on blog posts, some social media giveaways that you can all do, and Instagram lives have been super popular lately. So collaborating with some like-minded people and just interviewing each other so that everyone kind of gets some intellectual nuggets from everyone who's collaborating in the business. So it doesn't matter if you're service-based or product-based, it all kind of works together there. And then the last thing that everyone should be thinking about as well is a big question is, should you be running Google ads and Facebook ads right now? Because I understand everyone's worried about time. And so time and money. So for Eric, of course, he and I agree that absolutely you should be running ads no matter what. However, you shouldn't be thinking of it as something that's negative. It's more of a positive to increase brand awareness. So instead of stopping all Google ads and Facebook ads, again, that top of mind that Eric keeps talking about, staying relevant, changing the messaging so that you are a little bit more friendly and approaching with some of the ads that you are putting out that resonate with the audience that you're trying to communicate with, will go such a long way. So that way, when we were talking about 90 days later, or thinking about like a quarter later, how are you going to be remembered? People will still remember you 3 months down the line rather than just focusing on the now. So
yeah, I'm gonna just jump in there as well too. I think from what we've seen out there, it's a very important time to stay top of mind. Now is actually a good time if you're purchasing ad spend is going to cost you a little bit less as well too, as people are pulling out through fear. But again, you're playing a long-term game. It's not a sales game now at all. It's going to be a brand awareness game that you should always be doing for the long term. And what you're doing now is definitely going to reflect not just 90 days, as Joanne says here, but half a year, next year, years down the road. What you do now sets a foundation and a precedence for your company moving forward, whether it be during this time or ever ongoing. This is now the time to definitely be playing the brand awareness and be strong with it. So.
Absolutely. And the thing here too is that what is brand awareness? A lot of times people think about their brand as being just the logo or just the colors or just the social media posts you're putting out, but it's everything from your values, how you communicate, how you care about your community will probably have a long-term gain that you will survive longevity. So at the end of the day, brand awareness is longevity.
100%. So I just wanted to leave off with a couple things. Something to really remember is during these kind of situations where we're kind of back against the wall, a lot of innovation evolution comes from having to adapt in these kind of situations, especially in our current environment. And some of the best companies and some of the biggest companies in the world have emerged during this time. And some to mention, Disney in the 1920s, I believe, Microsoft early 80s, GM, just before the 20s and going to the 20s, going to the Great Depression era, they have grown. And then Uber during after the 2008 recession. So when you have your back against the wall, you're forced to innovate and evolve. Now is the best time to continue to move forward and not just survive, but thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely agree with that because some of the entrepreneurs I know are just so innovative and we all are always trying to think on our feet. And another thing to remember is that what goes down will always come up. So to stay positive and to keep on going during this time will make it so much better in the long run and to just, keep on going.
Awesome. Thanks, Joed.
No, appreciate it. So thank you so much for tuning in with us. If you have any questions, of course, you have all the email that will be included in the links and whatnot in our captions. And if you're listening to this on our podcast, definitely visit our website if you have any other questions. And anybody else that wants to listen to this podcast, feel free to share it. We very much appreciate the shares.
All right. See you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.